Let me show you what it takes to make the Galley look like this.
I'm building a tiny teardrop camper from scratch, the Wander Tears Vega. The goal is to get this rig ready for our family adventures in 2026.
Well, time for the details in the Galley. I wanted to see what all of this is going to look like back in here before I design and build these cabinets. So this is some of the stuff that I'll pretty much always have in here. Actually, there's one thing missing. Let me grab that. Found them. This is some of the stuff that I'm planning on keeping in here almost all the time. Basically, I want to design my cabinets to go around storing all of this stuff. This is a 500 watt, the Jackery Explorer 500, so a 500 watt hour. This is a bonus. I don't think I'm always really gonna need this. I kind of want to use something like this for like Starlink. So that's basically gonna sit in here in this drawer. On cooking stuff, some of the bigger things, I have like a pot and pan thing in here, and then like a jet boil. I have a Camp Chef. And then the top drawer, I could store like, these are just utensils that could go in here. I've got some butane fuel that I probably could keep in here too. And that's for this stove, a gas one stove that maybe could sit like inside of here or something. And I could even store the gas right there. And this is a portable toilet, good to have. Maybe that could be part of what gets stored in here. And then I have water that'll be in here, and a cooler or a fridge. That's about that size. All right, let's design some of this stuff up and get it made over on my mill. Because why not? Well, it's been a minute since I've used this, so it's taken me, I don't know, an hour just to make this one part in CAD, in FreeCAD, and get this set up. So I'm going to get everything set here, get this zeroed in, and see if we can get our first part made. Well, that worked out really well. That's the lower Galley cabinet drawer face. Has a drawer pull up here, and this slot is where the bottom of the cabinet is going to, like the whole drawer is going to reside in. And I think this is really cool because if I did it on my table saw, I would have to go all the way out to the edge or try to drop it in. But let's see how much gap I have here. So there's a little bit of wiggle room. I'd rather have it be nice and snug, so we're gonna go with it. I might open it up a little bit more for future ones, but I think that's good. And that's the lower drawer. And that's all of the pieces. At least for the top drawer. So I got them all into one sheet of whatever gonna fit in here. I'll have to do 2 sheets for the bottom since they're like 11 inches tall. All right, so this is the back. These are the sides. And this is the face. On the sides, those are gonna go right to here, just like that. This one will go over here. Then the bottom will slide in right into where these grooves are, or the face, rather, will sit right there. The old screw bucket. Ground breakfast blend. I'm thinking 3 for the inside and for the drawer. So that's 6, 12. I need 24 of them. Well, I got this top drawer in, I don't know, as best as I could. I don't really like these slides. I think if I were to do these again, I would use the same kind of locking drawer slide. But I cannot get this drawer to really sit in there very good without it slowly coming out. Like, it just does not go all the way back as far as it's supposed to go. I think I got it. Now it does go in all the way. And I took it all apart because it was driving me crazy. And let me show you what it looks like. And then on the inside, there's these rubber bumpers. These ones push back into here, and I thought this one was the one that actually connected to this, but it's the other drawer slide, the other part of the slide that goes into this track. So when I pulled this out, this bumper was like pulled off of here, and this whole thing was bent back, just from being misaligned. So now when I push this in, this one will actually connect into here. All right, what I mean is, this is the slide, this is that bumper over here. This is the slide, this piece right here that goes onto the drawer. And when this comes back in, it catches that bumper and pops into place, just like that. All right, so I've got this all together, and it works really well. All right, so the cool thing about this water jug, I've got this full of water, but I can store it this way. But once you get to camp, you want to be able to use the water. So simply take this strap off, and then you can take this water and put it right up like that. So the only other thing really to do for the cabinets is to make the one for the fridge, which will be over here. My BougeRV cooler came in, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the cabinets. It's 28.5, 17.5 tall. All right, well, I figured it out. I've got my post set out from Fusion 360, and these came out great. Maybe I'll stick with Fusion 360. The only thing I saw with Fusion 360 with the personal license is you can't do rapids. Not that big of a deal. I got that part, and I got these parts. Well, this is pretty cool. I've got a nice little workbench here in my shop. So I've got my power hooked up, just the 110 hooked up. I have my battery turned on so I can do some testing here and have my lights on too. Lights off, lights on. What I want to do is set up my connector so I can use the wire or the connector for the fridge and have that connect into my main line coming in, but also still use the 12-volt socket style if I ever needed to use it. So I'm going to use XT60 connectors. All right, everything is all soldered together. I've got the connector done here, and then I have this other connector done here too. So this connects right into here. Now let's see if this turns on. I kind of think I blew the fuse on this one just because I was soldering it. That fuse is definitely blown. All right, new fuse is in. So I'll take this off and go back into here. Now it should just beep. Oh yeah, perfect. And it's running. And it's kind of a good thing that I blew that fuse because I forgot to just like keep a few fuses here with me, so. All right, and that's all of the cabinets. All completed and ready for adventure. First off, got my drawers over on this side. In the middle, I have water. And then finally, my fridge / cooler slide out. All right, well, that's the galley setup. It is all built and ready to go. This is adventure ready, and we'll be testing it out here before you know it. All right, see you next time.